The allocation mix, this tool, I love this tool. It really allows you to get some good perspective with your clients. A lot of times the default from the client, from what I see, will often be that they say, well, why wouldn't I want 100% tax advantaged? And there's really two things that come into a great conversation from that. Number one, in order to get 100% of your money in the tax advantage tank, you've got to pay the taxes now. And that's a pain point for a lot of people. Nobody wants to pay the taxes now, but they like the idea and they like the benefits of the tax advantaged tank. So it lets you have a really good discussion with them to say, okay, well, that's great. And I'd love for your money to be 100% in the tax advantage tank. But what that means is you have to start paying more taxes. And so it lets them have a realization around that. And the best part is you can give them some good news that you don't want 100% of your money in the tax advantage tank, because if 100% of your money is in the tax advantage tank, you're giving deductions away to the government for free. You're missing opportunities to take advantage of what I call the freebies. And the easiest example of that would be your standard deduction. If I don't have any taxable income, that means I'm not using my standard deduction, which currently for a married couple is a little over $25,000. So in a perfect world, I want to have $25,000 of taxable income, use up my standard deduction, and then take the rest of my needed income from my tax advantaged tank. So again, that's a really short and sweet part of this module, but I love that conversation.
Great. Yeah, great insight there from our in-house CPA, Mr. Rzepka. It's a great position. And yeah, if people come in and they're like 0, 0, I want everything over here. Like you said, it's just a great opportunity to come in and say, whoa, I mean, hold on. That's the ideal. We might not be able to get there. We can start moving in that direction. But there might be some reasons we want some money sitting over in some of these. So it's nice to get people to want to move in the direction of their wants. But what I think Matt just expertly demonstrated was then giving somebody a reality check as far as, okay, yeah, you got to wave your magic wand and that's where you want to go. So I'm going to try and help you get there. But I love what Matt said as far as if we're going to have all our money in tax advantage, what that means is you're going to pay more taxes now. Okay.
The other part of that too, Jeremy, I would say 95 to 98% of the time, what the client tells you on this screen that they want, they don't anywhere near have.
Yeah.
And again, it's a great lead into the conversation of, okay, if this is what you want, then why aren't you doing it? And part of it might be the tools to show them why, or the tools to show them the math, or, you know, how do you get from point A to point B? But the do you have what you want screen at the end, when you go a little bit further in the detail, what they tell you here on this main screen is very infrequently what they have. And so it just, again, it's a really eye-opening experience to say, okay, here's what you want, but here's what you have. And how do you start to narrow that gap?
Yep. Right. So this is the final screen where we're at, and in yellow, it shows kind of what they currently have. And then in blue is really showing what they want. So you can kind of start drawing on here and telling people we're going to start shifting this money to here and down and moving it around, seeing what we can do and what it would take to get there. So that's the main thing on this one. And really, it's just a great way to kind of set the stage for the client.